Hey, exam sucks. Hey guys, what's up? And today I'm going to do an album review on Eminem's Encore from the year 2004, as I recall. Am I right? I don't know, because this time it's going to be a special album, not really a special album review, more like a special way of reviewing an album, because I didn't type out a script. Usually I would read off from my script right here, but now I only wrote a few keywords like I would usually do for mini album reviews. That's why I'm probably gonna stutter a little bit, but it this way it'll be more natural. So Eminem's Encore. I gave it a lot of listens, and I wrote a few keywords down, and I'll try to keep this review short because the test is still happening, and I'm going to need to save some time so that I can have time to review my books and notes. Anyway, this is Eminem's Encore. Now, for the last three albums before Encore, Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, and The Eminem Show, these albums are amazing. And Marshall Mathers LP and The Eminem Show was two of the best rap albums ever, in my opinion. Up there with Nas Illmatic, Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly, Wu-Tang, Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers, NWA, Straight Outta Compton, yada yada. So Eminem had reached a very, very high status in the rap industry, and many people actually look up to Eminem, especially in The Eminem Show. Eminem is more Marshall Mathers than Slim Shady, so he's more humane, he's more realistic, he showed many different sides of his personality, and that made Eminem such a great rapper. And then we have Encore, and it kind of makes me question, what the hell happened? What the hell happened? The Eminem Show is fucking amazing. It has a lot of ups and downs. It has really catchy and fun songs, but also deep and meaningful and emotional songs. But on this album, it lacks that. It lacks fun and catchy songs, and it also lacks deep and emotional songs. And most songs in here either plays off as a super gross, ugly song that tries to be hilarious, tries to be funny, but just fails because we've heard that, we've heard songs that are similar before, and B, it's not that funny anymore. And then there's the deeper and more emotional songs, like Toy Soldiers and Mockingbird. Those two songs are great, but the other tracks just feel kind of bland. So anyway, let's go in depth into this album. It starts off with Curtains Up, and instead of the moody, strange, eerie Curtains Up from The Eminem Show, this is more like backstage from a live show. And in this interlude, it has a narrative, and basically Eminem is struggling if he should kill himself with a pistol or not. Which is kind of weird, but whatever. Do your way. And then we have Evil Deeds, which is actually pretty good. The first time I've listened to it, which is a couple years ago, actually. It's actually fantastic. I actually really like this song.
Mama had a baby and its head popped off. 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 My mama don't want me. The next thing I know, I'm getting dropped off. 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 Ring, ring, ring on the doorbell, and the next door neighbors on their front porch. 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 But they didn't want me neither, so they left me on someone else's lawn. Else's lawn. Else's lawn. Else's lawn. Till somebody finally took me in my.
A lot of people seem to underrate this song, but I actually like this. It's a really sinister song, but while being sinister, it's also really fun and sing-alongable, and it has this sense of silliness in it that makes it feel bright and vibrant. And yeah, it's also kind of catchy. Father, please forgive me, for I know not what I do. And yeah, it also has this very monumental and grand chord progression that just feels so big, that feels so ambitious, and it sounds like church organs are pumping and everyone's yelling in the crowd. And yes, this is the Eminem show, so we can actually hear sounds of crowds just yelling. And what people don't like about this track is the very messy flow. Predominantly, every time they're predominantly black, predominantly white. And it's kind of messy, but it's kind of the style of the song, so I really don't have a problem with that. And other than that, I actually enjoy Evil Deeds. I'm giving it an 8 to a 9. And then we have Never Enough, which is a bit of a letdown, to be honest. It features Nate Dogg again, and it tries to be this part 2 of Till I Collapse, which is one of the best Eminem songs ever, okay? But this song, Never Enough, tries to be this futuristic banger, like Till I Collapse kind of song, but it just really fails, because out of anything this song sounds like, it sounds like a remix, because all you can hear is this wannabe futuristic beat that just keeps looping in the background, and all the vocals is so monotone. And in this song, Nate Dogg and Eminem does not have any chemistry, while on Till I Collapse they both have a lot of chemistry. So this song is kind of a fail, to be honest. So but I still kind of appreciate the lyrics and the way they rap it out, and the way this song plays out, the aesthetics, I guess. I'm giving 7 to a 6. Next, we have Yellow Brick Road, which is a very strange Eminem song. Considering how people would expect Eminem to sound like back then, this is considered strange because it has these moody strings and minimalistic beats, and overall the song sounds so nocturnal and ominous.
Back, follow the yellow brick road as we go on another episode. Journey with me as I take you through this nifty little place that I once used to call home, sweet home. I own the street so much they call me a drifter. Sometimes I'd stick up a thumb just to hitchhike, just to get picked up, to get me a lift up. 8 Mile and Van Dyke, or still a goddamn bike.
And I actually really enjoy it. I think these moody strings and these strange, odd chord progressions, like odd for Eminem, of course, like these strangeness adds on to the theme of the album, and adds on to the fact that Eminem is slowly transitioning from the naughty, goofy, playful old Eminem to the more, I guess, pop-oriented future new Eminem. But still, this song is actually really nice, and it's really smooth, and I actually enjoy it. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. And it's also kind of catchy, you know. Okay, then let's skip ahead and talk about a track titled Rain Man. And it's kind of a special track because at first it sounds like a gross but also bland and mundane song from Eminem that doesn't stand out, but it's actually okay. It sounds so lazy and drunk. It's actually low-key enjoyable. It's kind of lo-fi, but it's also not that bad. I kind of like the pulsating strings, and I kind of like the hook. It's like, 'cause I ain't got no legs or no brain. You know, it's kind of lingering. It's kind of drunk and lazy, and it has a style in it. It has an aesthetic in it, and I actually low-key enjoy that. I'm giving that a 6 to a 7.
Man, and how ironic that I'd be the bad guy, kryptonite, the green chronic. 'Cause I ain't got no legs or no brain.
which sounds really similar to Rain Man with these pulsating strings that doesn't seem to resemble anything except in Big Winnie. It sounds so frustrating, and the strings are going up and down aimlessly. It's it's not that good. And then given the the predictable flow and the lyrics, and we have this bland and mundane track that doesn't really do anything. Yeah, it's kind of a letdown track. It's strange because it sounds like Rain Man, but it's nothing like Rain Man. Okay, so Big Winnie will get a 5, a 4 to a 5. I'm trying my best to not be harsh. Okay. Okay, and then there's Just Lose It, one of the biggest promotional singles of the album Encore, and it's like the third part to Eminem's trilogy of silliness, madness, and insanity, and comedy, I guess. So on MMLP we have The Real Slim Shady, and it's this super funny, catchy, energetic track. And then we have Without Me, which is even funnier with even more clever lyrics. And yeah, The Real Slim Shady is way more iconic and sing-alongable, but Without Me is also really underrated. And then we have Just Lose It, which tries to be like the previously mentioned two songs, except it's even more gross, even more disgusting, with these sound effects, and then we have these Blinky beats.
Now I'm gonna make you dance, get your chance. Yeah, boy, shake that thing. Oops, I mean girl, 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 girl. Girl, you know you're my world. Alright, now lose it. Just lose it.
While it does have clever lyrics, and there are actually a couple of funny moments in here, but overall it's super gross and disgusting sounding track, and that fact just kind of overwrites the song. If you take out all the gross and disgusting moments of the song, maybe it'll be better. But it's also not that bad of a song. I mean, it also has parts where it's kind of low-key catchy. It's kind of low-key sing-alongable. I need to stop using that word, by the way. And it's not that bad. It's also kind of fun, but sometimes some moments in the track just kind of crossed the line. Yeah, a 7 out of 10 for Just Lose It. And then we have Ass Like That, which is this Middle Eastern song where it's half singing, half rapping, but Eminem's kind of rapping in a very braggadocious way with a Middle Eastern accent. It's kind of gross, but again, it also has its fun moments. It sounds really like Just Lose It, except it's more centralized on ass. That is why this song is also kind of fun. It's gross. It's a little bit too gross sometimes, but it's also kind of funny, you know. It's kind of funny. So I'm also probably gonna give this a 7. What else am I going to talk about? We have a track called Spend Some Time, featuring, I forgot. Okay, I forgot. I'm forgetful sometimes. And it's this lo-fi song that tries to be sad and moody, and it tries to get real and serious. But, as it turns out, this is not what you get. It is a very bland and mundane song that doesn't really build up to anywhere, and it just kind of finishes off like that, and it's underwhelming. It's an underwhelming track. I'm giving it a 5 to a 6 out of 10. Alright, and then we have Crazy in Love, which has this really fast-paced, constantly ticking Wild West beat background music, and people are very noisy outside my room. Thank you. I'm doing an album review right now, so tune down, tune down. Okay, let's resume. It has this fast-paced Wild West background music that feels kind of intriguing and interesting at first, actually. And then we move on to the song, and Eminem kind of sings. And you know, this song is actually not bad. The song structure and the composition isn't that bad, and it actually sounds quite fine. It'll actually sound better if Eminem's vocals aren't that rough and layered. You know, it sounds like Eminem just bursted this out of nowhere. It sounds like he just puked these lyrics out, you know, like the track Puke. But this song is actually not that bad. It feels very timely. It has this, you know, this stressed sound, and it kind of builds up an atmosphere. It's not that bad. I am giving it a 7 again. Yeah, 7. 8 to a 7. An 8 to a 7. Alright. Almost an 8, but a 7. And then we have One Shot, Two Shot, which features D12 once again in MMLP. We have Under the Influence. On the Eminem Show, we have... I'm forgetful sometimes. Anyway, we have this again. Oh yeah, that is when the music stops. And then this time they have One Shot, Two Shot, which is this, which again has a video game quality, and it has these jumpy pianos that are grimy and gangsta-like. And we have almost, I think, every D12 members rapped on this track. But overall, it's just what it is. We've heard this thing. We've heard songs that are similar to this a lot of times before. So it turns out to be bland and underwhelming once again, and it kind of lacks creativity. So probably a 7 to a 6. And at the end, it is Encore / Curtains, and it tries to be this energetic banger with these guys, just yelling at the background. And it's kind of underwhelming. It really didn't do much for me in terms of the music, and the lyrics aren't that spectacular either. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I guess 6 to a 7 out of 10. Yeah, it's really messy. Okay, then it's time to talk about the shit tracks. Wow. You know, this song isn't really trash, but it's relatively, when it comes to Eminem, it's meh, and it's mosh. And as the intro of the song, we hear a bunch of kids swearing on something like vow kind of swear, and then we have this Middle Eastern tinged banging, like grand banging beat and music, and it sounds really intoxicating and poisonous, and Eminem kind of raps over it slowly in a very braggadocious way. But it isn't really that impressive. The flow is kind of mediocre. It's kind of watered down. So probably a I guess a 5 out of 10. Oh, and then we have Puke. Fuck. Why? Like, every time I try to listen to the song Puke, like, I just clicked play, and then not even under a second, like immediately, it shows this sound of someone just puking into the toilet. Ugh. It's so gross. Why? Why would you put that as an intro of the song? It's not funny, okay? It's gross. And then Eminem proceeds to sing and rap in a very obnoxious and annoying way, complaining about people and just just hating on people, and the whole song just feels so toothless and meaningless because of that. And again, there aren't any clever lyrics or fun lines in here that makes Eminem, clever about what he's doing. I mean, yeah, when if Eminem hates someone, fine, he can hate them all he wants. But in this track, Eminem's just puking out words. It's puke, and it's just a gross track. I'm a 2 out of 10. Fuck it.
Every time I think of you, I was gonna take the time to sit down and write you a little poem, but off of the tone would probably be a little more suitable for this type of song. Whoa.
And then we have my first single, which has this weird slappy, clappy beat and these freaky alien-like music, and it's just really weird and freaky. And then the lyrics and the vocals are super gross. Eminem kind of sings like, "This is my first single," and it's just, why are you writing music like this? Why is that? It's just why. And yeah, it's another gross and underwhelming song that I find obnoxious and irritating. And it has these burp sounds just seasoned everywhere in this track. Oh, I am 4 to a 3 out of 10, I guess. Alright. And then let's talk about the good songs. There are actually quite a number of good songs on this album. We have Like Toy Soldiers, which a lot of fans think that this is the best track on Encore, but in my opinion, it's the second best track. Nonetheless, it's still fucking amazing. It's super powerful with its nostalgic and apocalyptic and tragic, background music. Step by step, heart to heart. And yeah, it's just this really inspiring and motivational and stargazing epic rap song that is about the will to thrive and your determination, and it's really powerful. And I really, really enjoy this song. If there's one thing that I don't like about the song, which of course I don't, I love the song a lot, but I think the song is a little bit mood oriented, a little bit too poppy for Eminem. And in this song, it also showcases Eminem's transition from hip hop to pop hip hop. And yeah, you may be asking, what? This song is pop? Let me explain. Pop is usually very mood and emotion oriented, and it really relies on its background music for its mood to convey a meaning. So this song is just really mood oriented. So when people say, "Oh yeah, that Like Toy Soldiers, that really tragic Eminem song," yeah, it's Like Toy Soldiers. But then here is my favorite song on the album. Call me Normie, call me whatever you want, but the best is Mockingbird, without a doubt. This is this really sweet and heartfelt and sincere lullaby song that really makes my eyes wet,
Haley, I know you miss your mom, and I know you miss your dad when I'm gone, but I'm trying to give you the life that I never had. I can see you sad, even when you smile, even when you laugh, I can see it in your eyes. Deep inside you wanna cry, cause you're scared. I ain't there, daddy's with you in your prayers. No more crying, wipe them tears. Daddy's here, no more nightmares. We gon' pull together through it, we gon' do it. Laney uncle's crazy, ain't he? Yeah, but he loves you, girl, and you better know it.
And it's basically Eminem singing to his daughter Haley, and trying to explain to her what's going on. Why is he always gone? Why is her mom just always on the news? And it's a really sweet, very touching, very thoughtful, and caring song. That's super lovely. The lyrics are actually meaningful and powerful, and wow, it's a really powerful song. And yeah, and hush little baby, don't you cry, everything's gonna be alright. This song kind of puts hope in a sea of hopelessness and kind of comforts us and pats us in the back, and in a really soft and lovely way. So yeah, that is truly the best song on the album. But overall, this album is a huge jump down, a huge letdown from Eminem, because Eminem's previous three records are amazing, but Eminem's Encore just feels, a lot of the tracks in here, such as Never Enough, Spend Some Time, and One Shot, Two Shot, just feels bland, mundane, it lacks originality, it lacks creativity. There are also a bunch of gross tracks that aren't that funny, such as Big Winnie, Mosh, and My First Single and Puke, which is two of the worst Eminem songs. Wow. But there are also a bunch of very nocturnal and strangely good songs from Eminem here as well. Some of them sounds really grand and energetic, and some of them sounds more, I guess, touching and humane. But overall, I kind of enjoy the fact that Eminem is experimenting more with beats and background music and lyrical themes. However, um, he's kind of ignoring all these vocals and lyrics, and it makes the album sound way less professional. And overall, the album just, it's an underwhelming album. It's full of underwritten songs, and it's ill produced. It feels kind of forced, and it's not that catchy. And while writing this album, Eminem was actually on drugs, so that kind of explains why is this here. But yeah, overall, I'm still going to be generous to Eminem though. The worst is Puke. The best is Mockingbird. I am giving Eminem's Encore a 5 to a 6 out of 10. Wow, my first negative Eminem album review. So, have you listened to Eminem's Encore? From 1 to 10, how much would you rate it? Like if you like it, hate if you hate it, and subscribe if you want more.